what I think about the internet is that everything should be honest. If I had my internet, I'd be streaming right now onto their business. I think everything should be broadcast. Everything artistic, everything inspiring, everything possibly relevant. The secretiveness of the past is rooted in chauvinism, and repression, and shame, and fear, and perfectionism. I think the secrecy in which someone like Mickey May becomes a master of his craft. Secrecy of all those moments of juvenilia, I feel should not be suppressed. That suppressing them, it takes life from they who haven't achieved some pinnacle of greatness, and then to only allow the very censored particulate of 2010 perfection to escape the airwaves via MySpace, an outdated platform, when really I know, and a few of his friends know, that there's such beautiful material that no one is hearing, and it's almost as though maybe he's too happy. What I wanted to express to him, that maybe I failed to, is that some of us are indeed so drastically sad that we need beautiful things constantly, like someone else would need drugs. So for me, is that rather than cry my whole morning away, I can listen to this, and I want to say thank you, because it's so beautiful. I think I only heard it once. He brought it over to my house, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, like Kid A era, and then he's like, yeah, well, we'd have to redo it, and I'm like, no, you don't have to redo it. It's perfect as it was. That was the past. It's not 2000 anymore. It's not that time, that Y2K era sound. There's no need for that. Move into the future, or rebuild upon it, collage it, pastiche it, copy it, chop it. But overall, yeah, like, that it should be shared. But then I guess the transmission methods are changing. Like what it was when Edith Piaf was singing on the street corner. Somebody wanted to make a record. I'm not a record engineer in the traditional sense, as a Dustin Mosley sense, engineering sound and track. But I feel like, in a way, I have such a passionate heart about it, that the YouTube generation and the YouTube culture is about complete and total openness, and an end of restriction, an end of copyright restrictions, as they impose spiritual death upon human beings, and the beginning of new methods of commerce where we communicate with things that have real value. This song to me is worth so much. It's worth so much to me. I could not put a dollar value on it. It's all in rainbows. Compare each other in rainbows. And I think that the vision and the shift towards the utopic world will come as more people begin doing progressive things on the internet and elsewhere in public. Going out in Los Angeles feels like going out into the apocalypse. The smog is ghastly. There's so much poverty everywhere in the streets. The streets smell like vomit and throw up, and it's so disgusting. And that there's this beautiful angelic being of light walking here, making such lovely music. Such a wonderful thing. Could even just share it with my friends more. I could just send a link. Maybe 17 people could watch it. Maybe someone, like, in the YouTubing that I've started a couple of years ago, like, I've got people, like, in, like, Bulgaria or something writing me about what an amazing guitarist is, and I'm like, yeah, I know, and he's sitting on secret material. shouldn't be a secret. I guess in the olden days, or 2 blocks away at Capitol Records, somebody smart would say, hey, that's beautiful, let's give you some money to put it down. But I think, well, if artists are going to be secretive and perfectionistic, they're going to prevent the world from knowing what's going on. So, I think I have to put this on the internet and wait for Nicholas to send me a takedown request. Or to write Google. Heaven forbid that he do that. But, he might just well think that it's an advertisement for the beauty that he lives, that he plays. And whether somebody wants to put him in a show or record something or whatnot, would just be his friend. This is Freaky Liquid by Nikki May. I think this is new. This is not new, but it's got a lot of early 2000s influence. Because he took the Nikki May name came along later. This is Moods of Norway, guys. I do believe. Oh, from Stefan, with Moods of Norway. And it's represent to Röyksopp in the I've got to find the footage of that Röyksopp in a top hat. I don't think I could want for much more in a boy, except maybe white gloves, cufflinks, elocution. And so, in regards again to internet, I'm very influenced by Rasmus Fleischer of Copyright, a Swedish blog written in Swedish, as he was prior spokesperson for the Pirate Bay's shenanigans on the internet, where the Pirate Bay was essentially the internet, because we, young people, were trading songs like maniacs, like junkies on the prowl for a new fix. And I think the culture that took off then is a part of the economic collapse. And I feel my spirit withering before I can even begin to propound an ideology. And my spirit is dying because we are at such an intense environmental crisis that it's completely humiliating and depressing. And I think the music escapism is not escapism, but it's healing of the spirit or healing of the mind. And so the more we can share music, the more we can heal our minds. And the more we can heal our minds, the more we can put our minds together to do beautiful things. And to fix the planet, or to just treat it kindly, treat each other kindly. And so I think, I don't know, beautiful meditative music should be pretty. And so then the copyright culture. The copyright culture doesn't believe in any rules, and the copyright culture is a complete renegade. And at what point I want to lose my standing as a friend in favor of the bootleg? I already walk limits all the time. I've got many friends that make writing me to take things down, and I'm like, well, who cares? Like, there's so much on the internet, you can never possibly watch it all in one day. Even if you set up your computer 24 hours a day, you can watch everything that goes up onto YouTube. Like, I think the diffusion of it, it's the end of celebrity and the beginning of ubiquity of everything. But that's when there might be transformation societally towards a kinder, more respectful way of living towards the animals. He told me the most astounding thing today, he told me yesterday, and I said, what was that again? But his old band Mink, I was looking up Mink, and I was really disturbed at the name. You've prior I had been even more distant because I thought it was oblivious rather than sensitive. But then I was looking it up and I found electrocution videos of fox. It links directly via me. And I mentioned it because I made this art to show you